Is dating tips for the ladies. Okay, this is dating tips from Lily. My name is Lily. If it don't apply, let it fly. It's the 3-question format. Now, these 3 questions determine if you want to continue to get to know this man on a deeper level, or if the end of the road is here. So his answers will determine that. They're very basic questions, and they answer a whole lot of other questions. And I'll break that down to you at the end. So here goes the first 3 questions, okay? Question number 1. It's Saturday morning. You got a pocket full of money. Your gas tank is full. You must spend the day out and about and alone. How would he spend this day? Okay. Question number 2. He's out to dinner with a beautiful woman. Everything is going good. Conversation is flowing and his phone rings. It's his mother. Okay. She needs him to move a table. It is not an emergency. How does he respond? Question number 3. Are you equally yoked? What is his religious beliefs? Okay. So now let me backtrack a little bit. Question number 1. It tells you if a man cannot spend the day alone, he doesn't know how to enjoy his own company. It tells you that he has low self-esteem and that he's going to be someone who hovers in a relationship. Someone who's always like, where you at? When you coming home? What you doing? And all of that. We don't, ladies, you don't need that. Question number 2. The key statement in question number 2 it is not an emergency. Okay? So if his phone rings and it's his mother and she needs him to move a table and it's not an emergency, how does he respond? If this man gets up in the middle of dinner to go move a table, you have a mama's boy on your hand. Okay? So now mind you, let me add to that. The balance in that is if there's a mama's boy, if he gets up and does that, then, he's going to be someone who runs home to his mother every time there's a situation. You don't need that, okay? So, but if he answers and says, well, if it's not an emergency, that's my mom, I'm going to have her back. I'll probably do it at the end of the evening or maybe tomorrow, and he continues with the date and that's his response, then okay, that's a good thing. Question number 3 is simple and yet complex all at the same time. That kind of goes on the age bracket and the mindset of the situation. If you're young and you're not equally yoked, let's say he's a Jehovah's Witness and you're a Christian, it becomes a conflict of interest. If you're going to get married and have children and you've established a relationship to that level, then you got the issues of, is that he's trying to convert you trying to convert him. And if you have a child, I want my kid to grow up, a Jehovah's Witness, and you want him to grow up as a Christian, and it becomes a conflict of interest. It doesn't seem that way in the beginning, but if the younger crowds that are, like I said, getting married and things like that and gonna have children, it does become a conflict of interest, and you really want to date somebody who's equally yoked to you. It doesn't mean that y'all both have to go to church or whatever, but at least believe in the same thing so that if you do take it to that level, it does not become a conflict of interest. Use it both the same thing. And, if you have a child and all that, it just doesn't happen. It just makes life a little bit easier. For the older crowds that the kids are already raised and stuff like that, you make a conscious decision within yourself. If you're a Christian and he's a Jehovah's Witness and you met and, you adults and you're like, you stay in your place, I'll stay in mine. The separation is not really a good thing, but some adults can work that thing out. But it's better if you're equally yoked, if you're believing in the same thing. If you're both Jehovah's Witness, you're both Christians, you're both Muslim, whatever it may be, it does make life just a little bit easier. So on that note, now those 3 questions tell you the context of his character, the basic, the real surface stuff. It's nothing, because that doesn't tell you his hurts and pains or her hurts and pains and disappointments and struggles in life and things like that. So if you get past those 3 questions, like, okay, you're equally yoked, he's not a mama's boy, and remember this, I missed this, whatever value he has for his mama is the value that he has for women in general. Okay, so if he is a mama's boy and stuff like that, then, you know, that's not something you want to get caught up in. You know, that's a struggle. That really is. But if he, you know, finds the balance to where he's going to take care of his mom and do all that, that tells you his respect value for women. Okay, and that will give you a lot of insight into the context of his character. Also, you know, whatever he believes in tells you the context of his character, and also in the beginning tells you the context of his character. If this man, you know, if he's insecure, he's a mama's boy, and y'all don't believe into the same things, all those things are the key foundation to a relationship. I mean, and then you go on to other things like, you know, loyalty and trust and all that, you know, but that all comes with the, you know, with the togetherness, the unity, the growing, the connection, the impact, the passion, and all those different things, you know, your work ethics, all of that. But these three things are the foundation of a real good relationship. A lot of people don't take the time to get into all that. So it becomes, you know, you find out when you're already too late, you're already in love, but, you know, you don't believe in the same things. You're already in love and he's a mama's boy, and you're already in love and he's insecure and jealous and has low self-esteem issues. So you don't want to go there. So you want to kind of bring this up in the beginning and kind of take you to that next level. So then after he gets through all that, I know it's like an interview getting a job, but you know, this is your forever place. So you want to invest in that. You know what I mean? So, that's, Lily love advice from me to you. Boom, salute. I hope I helped you ladies out. I'm sorry. I can't even speak right now. Salute, ladies.